Hey everybody, welcome back. This is Deb Holland, and we are here at what earlier this year was the Finland checkpoint of the John Bear Grease Sled Dog Marathon. It's a beautiful Minnesota North Shore event. All right, today we're going to be talking about organizational leadership. We're going to continue our series with that, and today's topic is going to be broken into two parts because it really is that important. The keeper of the cultural flame. This is what leaders are, because your culture at your workplace will make you or break you in terms of your people and your productivity and accomplishing your mission. Healthy cultures mean that people are thriving and organizational objectives are being met. One is not at the expense of the other. You're not catering to the people so much that the productivity is just going out the window, and you're not focusing on the productivity so much that you're breaking the people. Those two things have to be in balance. Dysfunctional cultures offer only destruction and decay. Once a culture turns toxic, that has a bad end no matter what. Something ends up intervening, usually from the outside, that gets the culture cleaned up. And in the meantime, there's lots of lost productivity. The mission is not getting accomplished. In fact, anything but is happening, and people's lives are really being damaged. So if the culture is dysfunctional, all it's doing is just going backwards in time. You need to create a healthy culture and then protect it with vigilance. You need to make your own team's culture healthy. So even if your team is one of many in a very large organization and everybody else really has issues and they're dealing with trouble, you still need to make sure that your team is healthy and that the environment that you offer them as their leader every day that you walk in the door is healthy, which means, as we've talked about throughout this entire series, that you as an individual needs to be healthy as well. So, what do we mean by a healthy culture? How do we define this? The mission is the focus. The values benefit everyone. The vision advances the common good, and the environment is safe. And I want to talk about that for a minute, because safety to me in a workplace means physical and emotional safety. And you cannot have one at the expense of the other. People need to be emotionally safe. And workplace violence is tragically all too prevalent in today's world. And usually that physical violence begins with emotional violence, and those misdeeds, those transgressions, those behaviors were not corrected early, and they evolved as people got away with it more and more into an episode of workplace violence that either takes lives or alters people's lives forever. And that is absolutely unacceptable. As a leader, you cannot allow that to happen. And the best thing you can do to prevent violence in your organization is to learn how to recognize emotional violence and keep it from turning physical. You need to have expectations, and you need to hold people accountable to those. That's an enormous part of being a leader, is clearly communicating to your people this is what you expect, and that they will accomplish what you expect, or they will be held accountable for that, and they will face consequences for not meeting those expectations. And above all, you need to have teamwork, vitality, and growth in your culture. Those are the aspects of a culture that help it thrive, that help an organization evolve to meet the business demands, the organizational demands moving into the future, that allow it to flex and flow and change as technology changes, as society changes, as people change. We need to be able to keep up with those things, and a healthy culture is the best possible way that you can position yourself for success, not just today, but reaching far into the future. So that's everything for today. Come on over and join me at my website, debhollandlcsw.com, and you can link to my Facebook page from there, where I have fresh new content for you guys every single day. And we will pick up the conversation about Keeper of the Cultural Flame again next week. I look forward to seeing you then. Thanks for joining me today.